What's going on, YouTubians? How y'all doing today? Hope y'all having a good and blessed life. We got Post Malone today on Theo Von's clips. So basically, Theo Von's interviewing him. And on this segment of it, he's talking about how he was a loner before the fame. So let's get into this. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Let's get into it.
Were you a ladies' man when you were young or not?
Absolutely not.
Really?
No, absolutely not.
Do you remember like the first time you felt like a girl was like interested in you? Or not?
No. Yeah, I already had like $1 million by that time.
Oh, you did? Oh.
And I was like, oh, no shit. This is how this works.
Did you really feel that?
Nah, yeah, man. I remember like I got stood up at homecoming. Like there's all my crushes. Like
Damn.
it never worked out for me.
Really?
But I think that worked out for me in the long run.
Right.
Because you could be a kid trying to get some cooch, but I was in my room, playing the guitooch.
You're like, I'll show
Playing
you.
the guitar.
I'll get you one of these days.
I'll show you.
And then the
Yeah, that's usually how that goes, though, man. Like, I remember playing sports, and then, like, the main thing that our coaches would tell us was, do not focus on females right now. I promise y'all, if y'all make it big time, even in college, and if you're an athlete, the women there are way better anyway. So, just focus on your grades and then on your craft and whatever sport you're doing, and it'll be worth it, bro. I remember him saying that, but I knew I didn't want to be professional in any sport I played. So I didn't really keen in onto that. I was just playing it, to do something in high school. But that's pretty much how I am right now, though. Actually, like I don't focus on females and stuff like that because I can see my future vividly and what I have going on for me right now. So like, say like if I was to slack off and stop making YouTube videos and just go out to bars and stuff again, I'd just be repeating the cycle. You know what I mean? And I would never reach my goal. Even though I know that when I do get to my goal, my life would be so much more better. You know what I mean? But, yeah.
money came, and it was awesome.
Yeah. That is
That's
funny.
how this works.
It is kind of funny. Some of that is how it works. It's like, yeah, if you don't feel some ambiance from women, or if you don't feel like seen maybe in the world or something,
Sure.
then you're like, well, I have to make myself be seen more.
Yeah.
Sure,
And
yeah.
so you create more.
And that comes, I guess, like it's kind of a weird way of like, oh, I want to express myself more, so I become more introverted, learning how to do that. You know what I mean? Like,
So tell me a little bit more. I'm hearing you, but tell me more.
so like I wanted to make music,
right.
but the only way to make music is like to do it. And so I just sat in my room with Audacity and played the guitar and wrote songs. And it's like I want people to hear my music, but the way I do that is learn as much as I can by myself in my room
And then present.
Not talk exactly. You know what I mean? It's an interesting
I just noticed something funny, bro. The deadbeat dad right here, and it's supposed to be an action figure, right? And it isn't there.
thing, like taking the time to learn a skill or become an outlier. I guess. Well, I probably got 10,000 hours behind it. But, it's an interesting thing.
Yeah, I think that's something that part of people don't maybe, I don't know if they don't realize it, but yeah, there's a lot that goes into being good at something.
Yes, sir. Or you could just be naturally talented.
Right.
Which fuck those dudes.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, dude, if I saw 6 of those dudes, dude, I'd fucking beat
Beat them all?
I'd beat all 6 of them.
Yeah.
That's what I'd
What if
do.
they're naturally talented at fighting?
Oh, God, that can be a long
Even
day.
worse. Even
It's gonna be a
worse.
long day.
Yeah. Did you feel like as you got more famous that part of you like changed or disappeared, or because when did you start to get popular at, or let's just say popular, because fame is a weird word.
Yeah.
What things happened to you? Did you notice anything? Did some of it feel bad?
Yeah, man. I mean, Migos had a song called "I'd Rather Be Rich Than Famous." Makes a lot of sense. It's just, especially whenever you're coming, like the whole music world so young, it's super easy to just be a fuck up kid. You know what I mean, and not know what the fuck is going on. And it was hard. And that's since then, I've moved to Utah. I got rid of my social media. I keep way more to myself. I don't really go out anymore. I just like, and for a long time, I was very sad. And I find myself now getting back into what is fun to me and what I love doing. Been a lot of riding, a lot of time in the fucking woods. I just got a really awesome piece of property where I can just sit and fish and be to myself. And I wondered for the longest time why I was so sad. And it was just because I wasn't able to do what I like to do in my current circumstances.
That lifestyle was draining. Yeah, like you got to think about how many artists there have been that have threw their life away and their money away on drugs and stuff and going out partying, chilling with females all day, bro. You got to understand how tiring that could be. But they chose to do it to themselves, and you see it's a lot more common than it isn't. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that he just took a chill pill and just moved away from all that stuff, because that can be very, very distracting and distracting to your soul too as well, and your spirit and everything. And it's not a good feeling.
And I think it's important for anyone who's doing anything to be able to get out and take some time for yourself. And for the longest time, I didn't do that. You know, it was just head down and go, go, go. But now, taking this time to really just do what I like to do, and I have a daughter, I guess. She's cool. She's fine.
So that helps.
Yeah.
But you really mean that, what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And
Yeah,
I
man,
think
'cause
it's important for everyone.
Feeling like I need to do more to prove, like, I don't know what I'm trying to prove things to sometimes.
Yes, sir.
It's like there's this constant, like, I've had it since I think I was a kid, you
Yes,
know?
sir.
Like, I'm not enough, and I don't know if it's I'm not enough. That's not the feeling. The feeling is like, what else can I do? What's the next? I have to do more. But it's like, what am I trying to appease? That's the thing I struggle with sometimes, you know?
Sure.
And I think in the end, later on, I've realized, I think as an adult, it's just this endless feeling of like, oh, I'm not enough. I have to constantly prove myself
Yes, sir.
to you. Like, and if I proved myself to you yesterday, that's not enough.
That's not enough.
I have to prove myself again to you today.
I felt like that for the longest, bro. But you got to really think about it. Everybody is not worried about you how you think they are. To be honest with you, like, the older you get, the more you realize everybody is in their own head, literally, constantly worried about how people perceive them. You know what I mean? People are not really concerned about you the way that you think. So you could do something that's embarrassing, like total your car or your truck, or, you know, slip and fall in the middle of everybody in the club or in a bar. And you'll be thinking about that for the next couple of days, weeks, even months or years, you know what I mean? And you think people are still thinking back on that time and laughing at it, when really, when in reality, it's just you. It's literally just you. So I had to get out of that loop for the longest, bro. It took me a while, and it consumed me to the point where I was like, you know what, at this point, it don't even matter.
Yes,
And
sir.
I think it's just this, I don't know how that magnet started that keeps pulling that energy out of me, you know?
Well, I think people have the natural inclination to want to be great, you know? And it's like, even with music, with me, I can only speak on my behalf. I can't speak on your world at all. But whenever I make a record, I'm already writing new songs.
Yeah.
I've already done these songs. I want to see what I can do next. I want to see what I can make next. You know what I mean? It's always like, you want to create. And we get caught up in this kind of deal where it's just like, it's just, like I said, everything is so fucking fast.
Yeah, now it is.
And like you said, I proved myself to you yesterday. Why do I got to prove myself to you today?
Yeah.
And nothing is certain, and we just want to be great. I think humans inherently want to be great and be accepted. And let me ask you this. What do you like to do? What do you like to do when you're not working?
You know, honestly, I like to go fishing, man.
Yeah.
I like to talk to my brother. I like to think about my friends. I like to pray for my friends and people.
Maybe you go be a minister, like a volunteer minister. I was thinking about signing up for the fire department.
Okay, hold on.
That was
I
random.
agree. You're still getting people out of fires, but a little different than volunteer ministry. Okay, it's like pulling people out of Hades and pulling people out of a somebody set off a space heater in a
Well, no.
in a Hampton Inn is a little bit different. Okay, but I feel you.
You understand what
no,
I'm
I
saying.
do 100%, brother. Praise God, baby. I think people find so much joy through you. You know, does that feel like a lot of pressure? Because everybody loves you. You know,
Not necessarily true.
that's true. You're right. Maybe that's a weird question, man. I'm sorry to say it. That's kind of weird.
What's that? No, not at all. That dude, I think people appreciate and can relate to being yourself, and that's what everyone wants to do.
It's hard for us.
It is hard. It's terrible now. You know, it's like there's
Why
so
is it
many
hard?
societal pressures. I don't know. And then with the pickup of social media and how it just moves at 100 miles a minute. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's just 100 miles a minute, and you can't you don't have time to, even if this is who you are, I feel the pressure to go with the next thing. You know what I mean? It's like, that's why I feel bad, for some of these kids that are just, super immersed in social media, and because it's a crazy fucking place.
Damn, that's it. I thought it was gonna be longer than that. I feel like I just watched 1 minute worth of stuff. But yeah, moral of the story: be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself, and do the things that you want to do in life. One of the biggest lessons you ever have to learn. But yeah, hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. And we go. Peace.